What's up, guys? Arash Rabar here. I'm in the car with my boy Nicky Rizzles. He's the badass dude that makes all those motivational videos for me on my YouTube channel. Check him out if you haven't. We are driving back to New York from Syracuse. We're here for the Syracuse Powerhouse show. Did guest posing last night, had a blast. I posed with Juliana Malacarne, 4-time Miss Olympia champ, and Nicky got some footage of it. We'll be putting it up soon in the next day or two. It was pretty cool. Not a lot of male-female routines nowadays. Back in the day, you used to see it like couples posing, and when I found out Jules and I are going to be doing the same show, I thought it would be nice to be on stage together. It was a really short routine. We didn't have a lot of time to practice. After the Olympia, I put together a small routine, and we practiced it twice together. So obviously trying to keep it short and simple so we don't mess up and look stupid. When you're alone on stage, if you mess up and keep going, nobody knows. But if you're with someone else, it's pretty obvious. But it was a success. We were in sync. It looked really cool. We got great feedback. We both hit a front split together on stage, which was badass, and everyone went crazy. So it was a lot of fun. Woke up this morning and we're driving back. We got like a 5-hour drive. So Nick has some questions that people have been asking on my YouTube and my Instagram that we gathered, and we're going to answer one or two of them for you guys. What was the popular question about rebounding?
So the biggest one was, how do you stay in shape post-show, and how do you deal with rebounding post-Olympia or just competition?
Do not go in a mental state of, my diet's over in 2 weeks. That's how. I battled with this every show I ever did. As an amateur, every show I did, I would go off and eat. Go enjoy yourself. And most of the stuff we crave is carbs and sugar. So you go from very, very low carb diet, assuming you're actually lean, you're training hard and dieting hard, you're on a calorie deficit, low carbs, very clean diet, meaning not a lot of butters and oils, everything is home cooked, not a lot of sugar, not a lot of processed food, not a lot of sodium either. Even if you're salting all your meals, it's still low sodium compared to a dirty meal eating out. So many variables change. You guys stop doing cardio, you stop doing fat burners, you start going off and eating like pizza, burger, donut, and the more you eat, the worse it gets. So if you go out and eat a bunch of stuff tonight, a bunch of crap, you wake up tomorrow, you keep craving, and it's just this terrible cycle, that just keeps, it's a downward spiral. So I would make this mistake after every show, and you're not going to get fat overnight, but you are going to start putting on fat slowly, and actually faster than a lot of you think, because when you're lean and you're dieting hard, your metabolism slows down. That's what the human body does. So technically, you might look like you're ripped in your fast metabolism, but your metabolism is slow. So now you're introducing all these calories, and you start putting on fat. But more so, within the first 24, 48 hours, you retain a ton of water from the carbohydrates and all the added food. It's miserable. You look like crap, you lose all your definition, and it's really, really depressing. Most competitors get depressed after shows. And if you guys are so bloated that your ankles are puffy, keep in mind that you're retaining water in your organs, also your heart. It's not healthy. So I just keep staying on diet. Now, of course, I go out and I eat and I enjoy myself. The night of the show afterwards, I'll eat whatever I feel like eating. Most of the time, I'm not even that hungry because we carb up so much, and sometimes you have a burger and fries after weigh-in or whatever the case may be. Usually, I'm just thirsty. But I'll get back on the same diet. I'll make some healthy desserts. I'll make some almond flour cookies or some protein ice cream, and I won't go crazy. But I'll try to get back on a similar diet immediately. And then you start adding in calories, which is kind of reverse dieting. Maybe 100 to 200 calories a day for a week. You don't increase 200 a day, but you'll add 100 to 100 calories to your daily diet for 1.5, 2 weeks. And then if all is going well, then you add another 100 or 200. You slowly come out of the diet. I keep cardio in. So close to the Olympia, I was doing a lot of cardio, over an hour. After the Olympia, I kept it at 1 hour. I did 1 hour cardio every day after the Arnold, after the Olympia. I got back on a low carb diet. I had about 60 carbs before training, but the rest of my day, my fat was very high. I had an extra steak meal. I had one steak meal before the Olympia. I made it into 2. I had a salmon meal, which I didn't have before close to the show Olympia. I had more nuts. I had a higher content of fat. My weight did go up, my strength did go up, my body got revitalized, but I did not turn into a beluga whale and put on a lot of fat, and more so water. So I didn't bloat as much. Whereas me, my body type, if I go from 50, 60 carbs pre-show to, even if they're clean carbs, even if it's sweet potato, oatmeal, white rice, if I bump it up to 200 grams of carbs, which is still pretty low, I'm gonna end up spilling over and start storing fat little by little if I do it every day. So I kept my diet like that, and I had a guest posing yesterday, so I stayed strict. I have some photo shoots and another guest appearance in a week or two, so I'll continue to diet. And also another advantage is I'm not in competition shape. I'm not pushing as hard, but if you keep in shape, you can practice different things with peak week or sodium or water. Granted, there's a lot of different variables. It's not going to be exactly the same as when you're a week or 2 weeks out of a show, but you can learn more about your body this way. So for this guest appearance, I did something a little bit different with water and sodium that I did for the Olympia, and I feel it worked. I'm not going to take it to heart too much because I'm not the same condition, the same body weight. I'm not doing as much cardio, but I got an idea of how my body reacted to it, and I liked it. So it's something I'll keep in the back of my head and possibly do for next year's Olympia. So to reiterate, keep cardio in. If you're taking fat burners, stay on them and taper off slowly. Don't just stop. If there's too many variables at once that stop overnight, fat burners, cardio, and strict diet, you're going to put on fat. There's no other way around it. And you'll probably put on more fat than you normally would because your metabolism is low. Now, 95% of diets have 95% failure rate. I think it's within the first year, 50% of people that lose weight gain it back. Second year, 70 or 80%. And then third year, 95% of people that lost weight gain it back. And most of them, a third of them, are fatter than they were when they first lost the weight. How is that possible? Because when they diet, most people diet too hard and incorrectly, they lose muscle. Even if you diet correctly, you're gonna lose muscle if you're really at a deficit. Just a certain amount, some more than others. The more intellectual you are, the smarter you diet, the less muscle you're gonna lose. But you're losing muscle and fat. But when you rebound and gain the fat back, you're only putting back fat. So a lot of people gain the same weight back, but more of it is fat, or even a little bit more weight. So this is a big issue. This is a big issue, and you think, oh, bodybuilders, the top of the fitness food chain, and they're the smartest, and we are experts in changes in body composition, and that's true. But when you go from a really, really, really strict pre-show diet, it's very, very tough mentally and physically. So it's really easy to lose control. I just don't allow myself to get into the mental state of my diet's over in 2 days, my diet's over in 1 day, my diet's over tomorrow. I take that out of my head. I want to be healthy and fit as a lifestyle. So yes, I'm going to be leaner before shows. Yes, I'm not going to be as ripped and hard in the off season, but I want to be somewhat fit. I can maintain this body fat now. If you guys go look at my guest appearance in Syracuse, I can maintain this body fat all year round, no problem. Keep cardio in, throw in some HIIT, cycle calories, cycle carbs. But as a bodybuilder, I want to grow in the off season. I need X amount of calories and carbohydrates to grow. I'm a big keto fan. I like keto diet. I don't necessarily do it as a bodybuilder all the time. I do believe as a bodybuilder, you need and require glycogen, glucose, carbohydrates. But for lifestyle dieting, for a lot of you that are not trying to become massive or stronger, I do like keto. And that being said, you can build muscle and you can build strength on keto. It's not impossible. A lot of the studies and what we know about ketogenic ketosis diets are old. They're very, very old, and there aren't a lot of studies being done, have been done for bodybuilders. It's some newer stuff now. So I hope that answers the question for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed.